On tonight's No Things Considered, Kellyanne for Comms Director 2017, Tuck Tuck Carl lets a liberal have it, and Bill Mitchell stops by. And now here's your host, Tim Young.
Welcome to No Things Considered. My name is Tim Young. You may or may not know that already, but now you do, and knowing's half the battle. There's a lot to cover today, starting first with the Pew Research Center releasing a poll saying that people worldwide are just a little bit more worried about ISIS than global warming. I think that's bullshit. Did that just get beeped? I hope it did. Because there's no way that people take a poll and go, well, people who want to blow me up, or it might be a little bit warmer this summer. Can't figure out which one's more of a threat. Come on. And also, by the way, Pew predicted that Hillary Clinton would be president of the United States right now, so I don't know how much I trust their polls. Let's put this full screen, though. If you look globally, only a few countries, including the United States and Russia, must be colluding together, are worried about ISIS, where countries that, well, might be known a little bit more for being cucky, like Canada, are worried about the environment. Well, that's how we put it. Anyway, if you weren't paying attention to anything yesterday, you didn't realize that Scaramucci was out. And apparently, rumor has it, that our girl, Kellyanne Conway, is about to be in. Alex Pfeiffer from the Daily Caller. Have you heard of the Daily Caller? It's a little publication. Released little insider information that it may be Kellyanne Conway taking over as communications director in the White House. It kind of makes sense to me. Thanks to the Washington Free Beacon, they put together a little, supercut of her destroying Chris Cuomo, our favorite morning host on CNN. And we're going to be bringing you bits and pieces of that the rest of the show. Take a look at this hot take.
Kellyanne Conway, counselor to the president, joining us now.
Did CNN say he wasn't going to mention it all, or didn't they? Oh, they did. Aren't you the least bit reluctant, if not embarrassed, that you now talk about Russia more than you talk about America?
Kellyanne, this matters.
I think America matters. Keep on saying opposition research the way you guys constantly vomit words like collusion. I frankly think it was more punditry than reporting. I admire your moxie sitting there with the CNN Chiron right near you talking about credibility issues.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I have kind of a crush on Kellyanne Conway, as everyone. Shouldn't you? Don't. I do. If you like her, click the like button right now. Everybody loves Kellyanne Conway. I think everybody loves Kellyanne Conway. Let's see some more of her destroying Chris Cuomo, though.
I didn't say that. It was actually there. Excuse me. You don't know what I care about. Didn't you feel the least bit embarrassed?
I don't even know what that means. I don't understand why you believe that bashing CNN is going to help.
I'm not bashing CNN. I'm not here to bash CNN. I don't do that. You don't want to cover that.
It's just not true.
You don't want to cover the tangible thing.
That's a false premise. I test power and I take the consequences.
Okay. Oh, Kellyanne. I can't wait to see you on Chris Cuomo's show more. Gorka, Scaramucci, Kellyanne. The love affair with Cuomo never ends. Last night on Carl, Jose Aristimuño, he came on to talk about sanctuary cities. Apparently there was a guy in Oregon who was deported 20 times, who was guilty of a crime recently, and he was there to discuss why he should be allowed in America or not allowed in America. It gets really confusing, and Carl, he's not having it.
We need to make sure that we secure borders. We need to make sure that we have comprehensive immigration reform.
Then what is a sanctuary city? I don't understand. Okay, but I don't understand. I mean, comprehensive immigration reform, sanctuary cities, these are political terms. How many times do you have to be deported before we say, we're not going to cover for you anymore, we're not going to protect you?
Yeah, how many times do you need to be deported? Because this guy was deported 20 times. By the way, like, how many times do you get kicked out of something and go back in? Like, once you get kicked out of a club for being way too drunk once, producer Sean, do you keep going back 20 times? No, you don't. So it's even more difficult to come back into America after being thrown out of America that many times. Let's see what Jose has to say about it.
There isn't a number. If you're a criminal, no, that's not what I'm saying. You just said that. Maybe that's what you believe. I don't believe that. If you're a criminal and you're an undocumented immigrant, you should not be in this country.
Wait a second. Whoa. Jose tells us that if you're an undocumented illegal immigrant, you shouldn't be in the country. That doesn't sound like a DNC talking point. It feels like he's way off base here. That's okay, because he's going to clarify it with the rest of the talking points about why sanctuary cities are absolutely amazing oases that you need to visit.
You and I agree.
How about if you're a homeless meth head, as this guy was? You haven't been convicted of a violent crime, but you're living on the streets smoking meth. and you've got meth-related psychosis, and you've been deported 20 times. Why should we protect a guy like that?
He shouldn't come back into the country in the first place.
But why should he have come back on the 18th time and the 19th time?
This is not about protecting him, Tucker. This is about making sure that our borders are secure so he never comes back in the first place.
What are you talking about?
You know, I've seen Tucker confused by people before on the show, but Jose, he's a little bit more confusing than the average bear. He wants to protect the borders and kick illegal immigrants out, but then he loves sanctuary cities. What?
Look, let me tell you something, Tucker. Policemen are supposed to protect their communities. They're not supposed to be immigration officers, okay? You might not understand that, but they're different things, okay? The federal government is supposed to execute federal law.
So they shouldn't have arrested this guy? Is that what you're saying, like the first 20 times?
Look,
so wait, and your head's going to hurt here if you think about it. So the guy says that illegal, undocumented immigrants should be thrown out of the country and they're breaking a law. But then he says the police shouldn't be arresting them. I don't know if you heard in that last clip, Tucker actually drops his pen on his desk because he's so frustrated. Not only did he get the cold stare of "you're stupid" from Tucker, but he also got the pen drop, and if you listen closely enough, he got the... I've never seen him that frustrated with a guest before. I've never, ever, ever... And I religiously watch because I'm required to, thanks to a contract. But that's neither here nor there. I've never seen him this frustrated, guys. It makes literally no sense that you think that someone is illegally here but shouldn't be deported and that the police shouldn't be able to arrest him. What?
If liberals had taken immigration law seriously, this guy wouldn't be accused.
We take him very seriously.
Really? Because if you had, he wouldn't be accused. Not you specifically, but if we were like, we're not putting up with this crap.
He shouldn't be allowed into this country in the first place.
We're detaining
He shouldn't be allowed into this country. He shouldn't be allowed into this country.
Okay.
Sanctuary cities are doing good economically. Sanctuary cities are actually safer than non-sanctuary cities, and those are facts.
I am so confused right now. This guy has said sanctuary cities are amazing, but that we shouldn't keep illegal immigrants in the country. He's sort of like the Tomi Lahren of sanctuary cities, if you really think about it. Because you know how she's like, oh, Obamacare is awful, but I'm on it. Abortion is killing babies, but I'm pro-choice. I don't know. Maybe they should get together and do coffee. Whatever. Oh, God. What a slow news week, huh? Bad. I want to tell you how slow the news week is over at Breitbart. Great publication, by the way. Once in a while, they put something cool up there. Maybe once in a while. You know. You should always just stay on the dailycaller.com, by the way, or dailycallernewsfoundation.org. But if you happen to get through all of our stories and video content, which are fantastic, you go over to Breitbart, and nothing says slow news cycle like elderly woman armed with shotgun, shovel, and rake kills multiple snakes. That is a real article on a political website. You know what they should do? They should interview UFC models. That's how you fill time on a slow news day. That's how you do it. Hey, what was that, Kellyanne?
Every damn day.
Know where I went to find damaging negative information about Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Kellyanne, please become comms director so you can be on CNN more. The interactions there are glorious. I love her on CNN, by the way. You can draw a heart there. In Mary Claire magazine this week, and I'm saying this only for a reason, because I got this from an intern. Intern Megan, do you read Mary Claire magazine?
Sometimes.
You do? Really? Do you learn things from it? Do you learn how to save the environment by wearing skimpy outfits like this August issue tells us how to do? You know what else they do in the August issue? They talk about the movie Dunkirk, which is a great movie if you haven't seen it yet, and how it's too white and too male. Because, you know, back in the World War era, we were busy having females and minorities in the military, right? That was a thing. Apparently the writers at Mary Claire don't really do their history research. So they said it was too... Man, feminists, if feminists ruled the world, man, where would we be? I'd be worried about global warming instead of ISIS, I think is where we'd be, probably. But a funny thing, the UK Mary Claire, because we Googled this incorrectly this morning, they talked about war. And let me tell you guys, put this full screen. How you cope with working in a war zone? Bombs, tequila, and Tinder. So obviously they know a lot more about what happened at Dunkirk than we do, or historians do, because they know if you swipe right or left, you can solve all your problems. And just drink a little bit more tequila, too. Well, speaking about a war zone, More Kellyanne on Chris Cuomo.
Your people say you have to go, by the way. So you make sure that the White House press office doesn't yell at me.
Chris,
go
stop
ahead.
being so sensitive. Tell whatever 6 versus 1 anti-Trump panel we're sorry that we cut into their time.
In other morning show news, Morning Joe wasn't in this morning. Joe got to sleep in, and he was just sending all the love to his lesbian partner, Mia. He was so excited to watch her this morning from home, and here she is, talking about how family gets in the way in the White House. She tweets first. Put this full screen. She tweets first, it's time for Donald Trump's family members to get out of the way. And then an hour later, when her wonderful wife, Joe, got up, he said family members who want Donald Trump to succeed need to let him just do his job on his own. The family took their own advice. Guys, 2 wives enter. 1 can host a show. And it's going to be Mika. Anyway. What was that? Oh, we have more Kellyanne? Go.
Junior says he met with her because she had bad information on Clinton. Where's your infrastructure plan? Where's your tax policy plan? As soon as they come out, we'll discuss them.
You're kidding, right? The stock market loves this president.
And we reported it.
The economy is humming.
I don't know, because he doesn't talk about them, and you guys don't come on to talk about it.
Yes, he did.
Not only is the economy humming, my heart is humming for you, Kellyanne. I hope she becomes comms director. That would be really fun to see her on Mornings with Chris Cuomo or whatever. What is his show called? I always forget the name. New Day? Is it New Day with Chris Cuomo? Whatever, it doesn't matter. We had a chance to sit down with one of my favorite radio hosts because he's never found anything wrong with Donald Trump. Bill Mitchell. Now, if you guys haven't listened to his show, it's Your Voice Radio, and he's pretty fun. He's got a pretty good Twitter presence. Really cool guy. Let's get to the interview. I want to welcome to the show Bill Mitchell from Your Voice Radio. Bill, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. We've been kind of in touch for a while now, and both of our followings have grown. Yours has grown much larger than mine. Nobody really likes to follow me, but it's fun.
Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
So look, Scaramucci is out of the White House, and you, sir, have basically been the spokesperson for the White House on Twitter for, I mean, since the beginning of the campaign. I mean, are you going in? What's happening here?
Well, I tell you what, we have great things that we're doing with Your Voice America. Right now, we've got the Monday through Friday show. It streams at 7 p.m. on Periscope and YouTube. We put it up on YouTube really not for views, but just because some people like to go to watch it on TV. Our primary platform is Periscope, and I think we did 65,000 plays last night. And over the last, I guess, 7 or 8 days, about almost 400,000 plays. So it's going great on that. And we're now getting ready to become like one of their super producer level folks. And folks are able to donate to us with stars and that sort of thing. I think we received 350,000 stars last night, which is, you can buy at least 1 beer. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty good. It's good. So that's going great. And getting ready to move down to Palm Beach in Florida and going to open an entire professional studio down there. Nice. So we can have folks that are down at the Southern White House come in for interviews. We can do the remotes like we've always done before. And we're creating 7 new shows on top of the Your Voice America that are going to be noon shows that are going to be very topical. We're going to have one on finance, one on international relations and defense, one on medical. All these different things. We're going to have a show with 3 ladies. It's going to be a ladies show that's going to be a lot of fun. So we have big plans. We're planning on actually creating an entirely new network in new media, and we've got some big investors and some big sponsors behind us, so we're excited.
So you're not going to the White House? Because I really thought you were going to be the guy. I thought when I heard Scaramucci's out, it's time for Bill. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever found anything that Donald Trump has done wrong?
Have I ever found anything that Donald Trump has done wrong? Here's the thing with regards to Donald Trump. It's hard to tell sometimes or to judge in the moment whether something he's doing is right or wrong because he's so strategic. Let's take, for instance, the whole appointment of Mueller, okay? Now, the appointment of Mueller seemed like a disaster from the beginning. Why was that allowed to happen? And yet, now we're looking at getting a special counsel for Hillary. If Mueller wasn't there and we appointed a special counsel for Hillary, the Democrats and the media would scream bloody murder. Oh, it's a witch hunt. It's not real, and the voters might believe them. But because Mueller's there, we can just point at Mueller and say, we've already got a special counsel for Trump, I mean, it's just, it's a me too. So relax. If Hillary's done nothing wrong, She has nothing to worry about. You've already got a special counsel looking into Trump. So in the long run, stuff that he does that might seem like, oh, this wasn't a good move, it works out. It just has a way of working out because he's very strategic the way he sets up the table. So that's why when he does something, I don't come out and openly criticize him for things, because things tend to work out. What I always say to folks on Twitter is, if you want to understand Donald Trump, don't try to judge his goal by his actions. Judge his actions by his goal. Look at his goal, then evaluate his actions, and his actions will make much more sense to you in light of what his greater goal is.
So, what do you think the end game is here, and where do you think a Jeff Sessions ends up with all of the shifting and all of the rumors in the media? What do you think is going to happen?
I think this is just my guess, but I think that what's happened that's beautiful here, and I don't know whether Donald Trump does this on purpose or because he's strategic and he just does it naturally. But, the media disagrees with everything Donald Trump says. He comes out and says something, and the media's going to go the opposite way. He knows that. So he comes out and he starts criticizing Jeff Sessions. And what happens? The media starts, deifying Jeff Sessions, makes him out to be the greatest guy ever. And so Donald Trump's, may fire this guy, may let him go. He may not last. All of a sudden, Donald Trump comes out and says, no, I'm going to keep him. He's not going anywhere. And the media is stuck for the last 3 weeks saying what a great guy Jeff Sessions is. And then Jeff Sessions lowers the boom with these investigations of leaking and so on and so forth. If he hadn't done that, the media would have said, oh, Donald Trump is weaponizing Jeff Sessions. This isn't real. It's a witch hunt. Jeff Sessions is a bad guy. Look at his past. Look at his history. But they can't do that because they've just been praising him as a great guy for 3 weeks. I tell you what, it is real. Like I said, I don't know if Donald Trump and Jeff Sessions sat down and planned this out, but if they did, it wouldn't have worked out any better. So I think it's remarkable. I think Jeff Sessions will be fine. I think he's probably going to stick around. And he's, we got this new Congress is putting together this new letter that is requesting Jeff Sessions to appoint a special counsel for Hillary. We'll see what happens with that. Jeff Sessions has done a great job on illegal immigration, great job with the sanctuary cities. So there's a lot going on here besides just these big ticket items. So that's my guess that he stays around.
Have you? This is the last question for you today, because we could probably talk forever. By the way, I like you, Bill. What has there been any Twitter controversy lately? I haven't been paying attention because I've been too busy producing this awful show I do every night. Have you been fighting with anybody on Twitter? Has anybody been trying to come after you? Any fun people?
Well, we call them the Soros bots. The AstroTurf accounts that are out there. Basically, they've got 35 followers and 30,000 tweets, and they basically say the same things to me all the time, over and over again. I actually use that as a judge of how well I'm doing. When the Soros bots come after me, I'm hitting a nerve. It's like in a computer game. If you're playing capture the flag and you're running around and nobody's shooting at you, you're going the wrong way. Okay, the closer you get to the flag, the more bad guys coming at you. So I know I'm close to the flag when the Soros bots attack. I don't care about that stuff. And, I just have decided that going into 2018, we don't need any infighting within the Trump train at all, depending on whether you're rigging the Trump train or just hanging on to the edge of it. So I've just dedicated myself to not getting involved in any, intra-party fighting with people that I happen to disagree with. If somebody says something that is somebody who's supposedly a pundit in new media says something I disagree with, I just kind of ignore it and stay positive. Because like I said, we need all hands on deck for 2018 if we're going to get that supermajority.
Well, you're much more of an adult than I am, so I like picking fights with people. But anyway, Bill, thank you so much. Your Voice America. I screwed up. I said Your Voice Radio, but you've now expanded. Huge brand.
We changed it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on all that stuff. And what website should people go to see your stuff? I know Twitter, Bill Mitchell, everything. Everybody kind of knows who you are. But go ahead.
YourVoiceAmerica.tv, and they can tune in to us on Periscope.tv/YourVoiceAmerica. I believe that last night we did about 65,000 plays. We did 30,000 plays live plays during the show. 35,000 plays. And people give a thing called Super Hearts there, which is a new thing where they can donate to the show. And a lot of folks are glad to get maybe 20, 30,000 Super Hearts. Last night's show alone, we got 350,000 stars, which is basically a conversion from the Super Hearts. I know it's confusing, but it works out.
Sounds like a hell of a bowl of Lucky Charms. Just a lot of marshmallows in there.
Yeah, big growth. Yeah, so we're excited. Everything's going great, and there are a lot of people out there that are in new media or interested in new media that have got a lot of money sitting on the sidelines looking to create something new, and they're looking very seriously at us. We're very flattered. We're excited about that, and we're going to go for it. We're going ahead with that. So
Cool. Well, congratulations on everything, Bill, and we'll talk to you later. We're obviously following Your Voice America, so
thanks, buddy. Okay.
That's it for the show. Thank you, Bill Mitchell, for being our guest. Nope, sorry. That's it for our show. Thank you, Bill Mitchell, for coming by. Stop it.
He's stopping by or he's
No.
Skyping?
Skype, yeah. That's it for our show. Thanks, Bill Mitchell, for being on. Thank you guys for watching. For more breaking news and everything that's going on in the world, just scroll down on this Facebook page. Lots of great articles there. dailycaller.com, dailycallernewsfoundation.org. Click the like button, click the heart button, click the smiley face button. Share it with your friends and family. And by the way, before we go tonight, Kellyanne, take us out.
First of all, it's my show. This is what I do.
No,
when
I
you
don't
say that whatever you don't
compromise
like
your
is
ability.
fake. That matters too, Kellyanne. If you're
No.
going to tell the American
Chris,
people what to think
I've
about.
never used that
they should
word with one source on things and then have to retract it.
That
and
is
fire
not how
people.
we do
Think about
things.
that.
You should handle
Be
it
more
that
fair.
way.
Make your why aren't your panels more balanced? in
If you
being
want
fair?
flattery, there's another channel that can give you that. We try and keep it straight. We have to get to a
Take care.
healthcare debate.